This is a response to MrRepzion about his message to YouTube and the hypocrisy of age-restricting material, flagging material, and removing material from YouTube based on offensive or inappropriate content. Um, let's just say this out loud and be very clear about this. YouTube is supposed to be family friendly. It pretty much is. But here's the thing that is wrong with YouTube right now from their flagging system. It doesn't know what's it doesn't know what is really what is considered to be, too much of, you know, what crosses the line. What says, all right, that's it. That should not be allowed on YouTube. Because I think it's more than just what you say. The examples, it's more than just that Siberian film. It's more than, just of the content you mentioned. It's also mentioning some of the content that I looked through from my experience. There's this one video back in the day. It was still around, but it's not anymore. And it's not because, of the content. It was completely inappropriate. It was completely offensive. What I saw, it was like a cartoon. It was a cartoon involving superheroes and some of our something from our childhood, and everybody is having anal sex. Like, for real. Everybody is having anal fucking sex. And the video is still on YouTube. The penises are completely drawn. The testicles are completely drawn. The shit was completely drawn. The semen was completely drawn. All of it explicitly sexual. All of it on YouTube. And it was age restricted. But it was so sexually explicit and so pornographic that I thought it would be kicked out of YouTube. Because when it comes to porn, it should be stayed in porn sites, not by, YouTube. The one exception, I believe, should be the one with a pirate on his hat with a swinging dick all around, because, it's not because of him being naked, it's him singing a very catchy remix. But the video, I don't know what it's called, though. It's gone now. I made a video talking how disturbed I was from watching that video. It was horrible. It was horrible. I don't care. There's too much penises to be in this video, and it's too pornographic. It's too sexually explicit. And then why didn't it get kicked out? Well, now it's gone, but it's not for sexually explicit. It's not because of sexually offending material or pornographic material. It was kicked out because his channel got removed for copyright infringement. He got his 3 strikes, and his channel's gone. I don't know if that video is re-uploaded now, but if it is, it should be taken away for pornographic material and sexually explicit material, not age-restricted. Another thing that I want to mention is about one of your examples, because I uploaded a mirror video about to the parents of Lainey, or Taylor. So yeah, now it's the longing video where I wanted to respond about what is going on with me and the privacy complaints about the mirror video I did. Alright, here's the thing. I got a privacy complaint by someone. I don't know who it is. It could be Onision. It could be Lainey. Now, when it comes to privacy complaints, the owner of the video has to privacy complaint on my video that is involving them. It's not the fanboys. It has to involve the owner of what type of pictures they say that involves, the person's name, I think. But here's the problem, though. The problem is, when it comes to that certificate, that marriage certificate, it's a public document, not a privatized document. It's actually public. Now, when it comes to public documents, when it comes yeah, when it comes to public documents, you cannot, and I repeat, from this is what I learned uh, from in a media class in Kent State. You cannot actually question my name. You cannot question anything about the document because it's completely public. Anyone can get it. You can get it for free, or you can get it for like 10 cents per page or 5 cents per page, but it is something that is not, and I repeat, not to be considered to be questioned. It's a public document. It's not supposed to be private. It's not supposed to be privacy. I mean, when it comes to figure out, I mean, what is considered an invasion of privacy? Their names, because when it comes to public documents, your names are completely public. That means your name is out there. Your name is completely throughout the world, the internet, whatever. And and that's my problem about that privacy complaint, is that it was considered to be a public document, not a private document. And and my experience is way different than MrRepzion's, because MrRepzion's video got removed. MrRepzion's video was removed by YouTube, not by Onision, not by Taylor or Laney, whatever her name is now. It was not removed by those guys. It was removed by YouTube because they thought it was inappropriate. Well, how is it inappropriate, considering the fact that that marriage document, was completely public? Now, I can understand about the video about Onision and Shiloh, but it was considered to be public when Onision uploaded it the first place, and then all of a sudden Onision deleted it. I mean, come on. You're See, that's the thing about hypocrisy for Onision. Onision exploited the hell out of Shiloh when it comes to, her sickness, um, her sickness, her losing her memory with some filler, sad music to get into the mood a bit, exploiting the hell out of it, not calling the hospital for help. I mean, this is some serious medical issue, but I don't know if it's actually real or not. I don't know, because they had fights each other. They broke up. Onision says in one of his songs named "Her Lies," lied about medical conditions. Was the video involving her forgetting her memory considered to be a fake or a real medical condition? I don't know. It's something that I cannot even describe or cannot even answer. But I'm not getting into that video. I'm getting into the Taylor Laney video about the documents, and the video where Onision and Shiloh are like arguing. Like, Shiloh is calling someone, crying her eyes out, and then all of a sudden Onision gets that phone and starts talking to her, I guess. I think it was a mother or something like that. And then the police were about to come by, and Shiloh was about to suicide completely, and she's gonna make it like that Onision killed Shiloh. But he exploited the hell out of that video. I mean, I mean, they called the police, but he's exploiting her reactions. When it comes to handling drama, handling, relationship drama, the first thing you cannot do is have a camera like this, or if I can find my other camera, I don't know where it's at, but have a camera like this and record her freaking out. Because when it comes to being professional of what their relationship, being an expert of what type of relationship dramas, like, or any type of medical problems, like epilepsy. Now, when it comes to epilepsy, I'm going to give it an example. I've seen videos of people getting epileptic seizures, but there are videos that does it professionally, and there are videos that are completely exploitive. The ones that are completely professional is by, groups. There we go. It's by, I think medical groups that knows what they're doing, that knows how to take control of how to take care of the epileptic person when they're going on a seizure. Tell them to calm down. Everything's going to be okay. The exploitive ones are just, having a camera, filming whatever person or dog. Yeah, I'm even seeing dogs getting, seizures. Like, there was one video involving a dog having a violent epileptic seizure, and the dog owner is not helping him or her. He's just filming the dog having the seizure violently. Looks like he was about to die. Like, come on, can you at least take care of your pet? Or take and of course, for another example about a person, uh, like, can you even take care of the person professionally and understand what the name epilepsy is? I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, when it comes to figure out what is wrong with your person, YouTube is not the one to use unless you are very professional of what you know what you're doing about epilepsy. But I'm getting beside to the point. We're right now talking about MrRepzion's issue about flagging, removing videos, and age restricting. When it comes to Onision and Shiloh, Onision removed that video because he thought it was personal. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You made it public. And because you made it public, many people have been mirroring it because you made it public in the first place, Onision. For real. And now we get back into MrRepzion's argument about, YouTube being hypocritical of what content should they upload based on appropriateness and family friendliness. I mean, when it comes to swearing, everybody swears. I mean, it's just the point of life. Everybody swears. But then YouTube thought, but then, the YouTube community thinks, oh, I mean, swearing's okay, but don't say it too much because of the kids. They might say fuck at every minute and now because they don't know what the word means. They'll come up to their mom and say, Mom, what does fuck my asshole mean? Or what does nigger mean? Oh yeah. When it comes to swear words or even racial words like nigger, I mean, I'm sorry that I'm using the word, but I'm using it as an educational purpose. When it comes to that word, uh, the YouTube community would be very, very afraid and think that, kids might say it in a confused way because they don't know what the word is, and they'll get confronted by their parents. So if they see too much of those words, we're going to age restrict them, or we're going to flag them down, or just basically removing them because of how inappropriate the video is. Now, when it comes to the Serbian film, it has a lot of sexually graphic sexually graphic content, rape content, but here's the thing, it's considered to be a movie. And when I see, and YouTube is starting to add movies into their site, and some other people are actually adding movies into the site as well. I mean, I'm trying to think, why would you upload movies into YouTube? I mean, is it considered piracy? I think. But here's the thing: when it comes to movies, you know, YouTube community doesn't mind because the fact it's a movie, and if it's rated R or not NC-17, but rated R actually because of how offensive the language is, how offensive the sexual content is, how offensive the violence is, they'll just either make it age restricted. I believe mostly age restricted. It's rare when it gets flagged. I think the only time it'll get flagged is because of copyright. Because of the copyright of those movie studios won't allow them to upload the full movies. But when it comes to rated R movies, it gets age restricted. But then we come into videos like Boogie2988 with his rant about Xbox being always online. You know, the games, once you buy the game, you have to be online to play it. And it's completely bullshit. But I'm not getting to the point of that. His video got flagged, age restricted, because of him saying fuck a lot of times. And I'm trying to understand, like, really? I mean, come on. Everybody swears. I mean, you gotta follow his frustrations. I mean, it's frustrating when a gamer, when hardcore gamers are really getting ready to see the new generation of the Xbox, and then I hear this, that the games that you have to play, you gotta be online to play it, and it is frustrating to these new gamers. And of course the CEO of Microsoft being a dick saying, huh, just get used to it. It's like, come on! Now many people are going to buy the PlayStation 4 rather than the Xbox. And to be fair, the Xbox 360 has went from being shit because of all the red ring of deaths that they had in the first generation to being one of the most popular video game consoles of all time. And now with the new generation of Xbox coming by, we hear that always online crap coming on. And now, because of that, PlayStation 4 will rise again. Even though PlayStation Network had a very bad karma, had some very bad karma about PlayStation Network being hacked by LulzSec. And it was a bad, bad name to them. I mean, to hear that 50 million people's accounts were, hacked because of some hacker hacking into the PlayStation Network from uh, whatever type of hacking group named LulzSec. Yeah, it was a real bad name to PlayStation. And because of that, many more and more people went to Xbox 360 just because of how secure it is. But I'm saying, I mean, come on. You can't say that. What happens if Xbox Live gets hacked? But many people went to the Xbox 360 because of how very secure they are. And now the new generation of consoles coming by, PlayStation 4, Wii U, the new Xbox. The new Xbox will have always online content, but PlayStation 4 will always play games, whether online or offline. I think the only bad side of the PlayStation 4 for now is that the games are going to be $100. But I don't know if that's going to be true or not. But anyway, let's get back into the MrRepzion's argument. I mean, it's very frustrating to hear that the always online crap is about to happen to the Xbox. And, there are gamers out there that doesn't have online, that doesn't have an internet connection, that doesn't have Wi-Fi, that doesn't have dial-up. And they wanted to play the game so bad, they wanted to play with the new Xbox so bad that once they tried to have it, once they got it and they tried to play it and they don't have an internet connection, tough luck. You gotta have an internet connection. As for the PlayStation 4, though, you can play it whether you have online or offline. And it's very frustrating to Boogie that he says the F word so many times. And it is not just a frustration about the always online consoles. I mean, it can also be for entertainment purposes, or also the fact that he was also frustrated on other things as well. But the fact of the matter is, he is ranting, he is trying to make a point, and all of a sudden, YouTube YouTube age restricts his rant, having 500,000 plus views, all of it a waste of money. And now coming to Shane Dawson. Now, being the guy that I am, a YouTube critic, I don't like Shane Dawson. I don't like his videos. I think their comedy is completely good. I mean, when it comes to understanding about, the flagging of Shane Dawson's videos, the reason why they were flagged down is because the comedy wasn't that great, and it was too sexually explicit for the words to describe. Damn computer. I thought it would stay on, but never mind. When it comes to Shane Dawson and jokes, he is horrible at telling jokes. And involving sex jokes, most of his sex jokes do not work around audiences like myself. When it comes to 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, but somehow it works for teenagers. Some work for, I don't know. I mean, the jokes are very, very dull. I mean, if it was used with effort and a little bit more creativeness with, you know, the sex jokes, then we would be pissed off of why they were flagged down. But in all seriousness, most of Shane Dawson's jokes are not that good. Now, if it was Make Me Bad 35 who gets flagged down because of some sex jokes, and trust me, Make Me Bad 35 is actually a pretty funny guy. And if any of his sexual jokes gets flagged down, I would call bullshit because many people enjoy Make Me Bad's content. And to understand from the other examples of the flagging system when it comes to that Serbian film and flagging a video that involves sexual jokes in a creative way by Make Me Bad, it's very, very hypocritical at that point. But to understand of some of my personal experience about, you know, flagging and all that jazz. Yeah, when it comes to that video that I mentioned in the beginning about, you know, those penises everywhere, it is not funny. It's not even considered to be funny. It's considered to be pornographic. It's considered to be sexually explicit. And it's gone not because of that reason. It's gone because of copyright reasons. Involving the channel. And another thing about, you know, to the parents of Taylor is that I have a privacy complaint, but MrRepzion, your video was taken down because of YouTube saying that it was inappropriate. Well, I can understand quite clearly that is completely bullshit. I mean, it's completely bullshit. I mean, come on. I mean, why would they say it's completely inappropriate? Why? Is it because of the fact that this marriage document on this internet on this website that you saw that that involves both of their names, but both of their names are on a public document. They gotta know what a public document is. It's considered to be a public fucking document. It's not private. It's considered to be public. And another thing about, you know, Onision and Shiloh, Onision exploited the hell out of Shiloh, like on her being sick and her being suicidal. I mean, all he needs is to get the camera away and trying to talk to her, try to get comfort for her. Now, I don't know if Shiloh is faking it all, but it's still considered to be exploitive. It was considered to be exploitive, and he decided to remove it for personal reasons. But why remove it for personal reasons if you made it public in the first place? Onision, you little rat bastard. Now, for the YouTube community, I just want to say one thing clear. When it comes to deciding who to flag and who not to flag, I'm going to give another example. It's one last example, and it is involving Undertaker Freak and Camilla Bams, because of how, Undertaker Freak for the impersonation, which is completely bullshit, but thankfully he's back. And the second one is Camilla Bams for how offensive his language is. And when it comes to criticism, and it's really hurting to YouTube critics like the Archfiend, Undertaker Freak, PM Rants, Nate Talks to You, and even myself. I'm now getting hurt because of this privacy complaint. I mean, when it comes to criticizing, I'm a guy that is honest. I mean, I know Cameo Bams and the Archfiend and Undertaker Freak are kind of harsh, but to me, when I'm being harsh, I only be harsh when I really hate the ones that I hate. It's rare from any YouTuber, except for two, Fred and Annoying Orange, of the ones that I really hate. The ones that I hate is just the ones that I say, the content's not that great, the content's bland, the content is blah 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 blah. I don't go right into harsh criticism except for Fred and Annoying Orange. I mean, when it comes to their content, it is unbelievably horrible. And I can describe many ways of how they are horrible in the YouTube community, and they shouldn't even be considered to be an entertainment act towards teenagers. But to understand, the issue is not only to the YouTube community. The issue is also to the fanboys and the fangirls or the fan brats of of their idol, their role model, and to understand of their fan bratting, saying, "Oh, you're just jealous. I'm gonna flag you down because of all the hateful stuff that you said." Well, first off, I know it's hateful, but it's considered to be a very important amount of criticism towards them. Second off, it's not personal judgment, it's content judgment. It's their content that is horrible, not the person themselves. I mean, I don't know the person themselves. I mean, what happens if I meet them and they're a very good guy, but their content is horrible? Because, when years come and years go by, they will look back at their content and say, why the fuck did I did that in the first place? Trust me, I went through my experience when I saw the Bose webcam show. It is horrible. It is embarrassing to watch. And when years and years time, they will look at their content and say, what the fuck was I thinking? And trust me, it will happen. Like, I'm going to give you a perfect example. TC Production X. Many people, like Archfiend, Undertaker Freak, and Cameo Bams hated his content, and many fan brats were flagging down on his video, flagging down on their videos. Not TC Production X videos, but Archfiend's and Undertaker Freaks and Cameo Bam's videos because of their criticism or what's considered to be a bullying, hateful comments towards him. And now he's getting older, he's getting more honest. He's looking back through all the videos that he's done. He's saying that he doesn't want to do those music videos anymore because of how stupid they are. And they are stupid. And they are blandish. I mean, trust me, he actually made a video about, saying that the music videos that he did was completely stupid. And I give credit where credit is due. Right now, he's really, really fighting hard because he came out, and his parents were very supportive of that. But later on, something came up, and his parents aren't supportive of him, and his boyfriend isn't supportive. I mean, what is going on? And he was thinking, like, what is going on? I'm now homeless. I'm now living with a friend, and now he has a job. And yeah, this is when the real world comes in. He can't use YouTube, to live anymore. He now has to live on his own life, which soon I'm gonna have to go through. Coming up in the summer, I'm gonna have to find a job. And when it comes to YouTube, it's considered to be a hobby. I can understand that many YouTubers are now living their life on YouTube, But you gotta understand what happens if your content isn't going to be as good as many people thought it was now. If it goes on a downfall, like for example, I Just Seen is going on an unbelievable goddamn computer. I Just Seen is going on an unbelievable downfall. She was at the top, I don't know, like 30 to now like 135 on the rank on YouTube for the most subscribed. She is going on a big downhill, and she has to realize that, you know, when the real world comes, she needs to find a job, probably in an Apple store somewhere. And you know, when it comes, yeah, it's the real world, folks. YouTube is not considered to be, you know, a career. YouTube is it's considered to be, you know, your entertainment hobby. And if some of your videos got viral, then good for you. Like MrRepzion. MrRepzion is rising up, but soon he will go on a downfall once MrRepzion and Lainey break up. Once they break up, he is going to go on a big downfall. I can trust you that. But anywho, let's get back into the age restriction flag removal. This is my message to YouTube. When it comes to understanding the flagging, you gotta understand what is considered to be very offensive and very inappropriate. The Siberian film, even though it's a movie, is considered to be very offensive and sexually inappropriate. As you said yourself on that message, when you're trying to warn, you know, people that are like people that are seeing that message, you have to be 18 or older to see this video. But you gotta understand, there's a thing called this. It's too much. That Serbian film, it's too much. I mean, it's considered to be a film, a movie, but it's too much sexual material. It involves a baby being raped, a little girl being raped, eye socket rape. It's too much. It's too much for people to handle. The only way they have to watch the movie is they have to buy it on the DVD. Unless if the movie itself, it's rare to find. And if that is the case, then unfortunately, let them accept it. But you gotta remember, there's a thing called too much. There are other sites in the internet that you can actually upload the that movie. Hell, you can even torrent the goddamn movie. I mean, if it's torrented, I'll go into a torrent site and download it, and I'll watch it for myself, and probably make a movie review about it, because I haven't seen the movie yet. But when it comes to know what it's too much, and it's not welcome to YouTube. Like, for example, about, you know, my experience of seeing that video with all that penises and the shit and the fucking semen and anal sex, gay anal sex. It's considered to be pornographic. It's considered to be in a porn site, not in a family-friendly site like YouTube. You gotta know when it's too much, and you gotta know what's considered to be okay for teenagers and what's not okay, you know, for teenagers as well, but okay for adults. When it comes to Boogie, it's okay for teenagers because he was frustrated about that always online crap. When it comes to Shane Dawson, it is not okay for teenagers because Shane Dawson's comedy is crap, mostly on the sex jokes. And then, of course, when it comes to your video, MrRepzion, on To the Parents of Taylor, it is considered to be bullshit from YouTube removing that video because it was considered to be a public document, not a private document. And MrRepzion making that video about Shiloh, he was exploiting her because he was making it public in the first place. And to understand my perspective points, the YouTube community is somehow hypocritical. Pretty much they are. So to my message to YouTube, you gotta know what's too much and what's alright for adults only. So, thank you for watching. 35 minutes. Probably my longest video I've ever done. Thank you for watching.